Welcome, everybody, to the Sacramento Spotlight Podcast brought to you by Merrill Home Loans. I am your host, Josh Merrill, and I'm here with my two co-hosts, Chantel Hernandez and Anna Jacquez, both with Guide Real Estate. We want to thank you for joining us, and we're excited to have you, and we're excited to be here as well. Ladies,
Yes,
we feeling pretty good this morning?
We're feeling great.
Yes.
It's Friday. We got our coffee going.
That's right.
How are
That's
you
right.
feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's Memorial, right?
Yeah,
Coming
yeah,
up here.
Memorial Day
So,
weekend. Do you guys have
It
any
is.
plans for that?
you know what? Nothing
yard work?
yet.
We're going to figure it out.
We're going to figure it out.
Some-
Hopefully we
something will come up.
celebrate a great episode. And
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
This episode, and this past couple years for me, it's been a crazy time. So I'm not even sure exactly what episode we're on, what season we're on right now. I'm not even sure what we're doing exactly. I'm not even sure where I'm at right now. I mean, it's kind of an out-of-body experience here. So, like, where are we? What are we doing here? What episode are we on?
Number
what season
one.
are we on?
Number
Is it really?
one. Yes.
Is it one? It
Yes.
is the
Oh,
and season
I
season one.
Season 1, number 1.
Is it, Chantel? You agree?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I think so. Yeah. I think that's where we're at. Episode 1, season 1, and
Kicking it off.
kicking it off, right?
Yes.
We got a little bit of something in our cup. It's good. It's a good day. So for our first episode, first season here, we want to give you guys a little background about ourselves, and it's gonna be the first half of the episode. Second half, we are going to talk about the podcast, our mission statement, what we are all about here. You know, why should you tune in? Why should you listen to us? That's the main thing. We're here for you guys. Really, that's the whole point. So we want to give you a little foundation about ourselves here, and then get in the second half and talk about some good content. And we always want your feedback. So let's kind of dig in here. Ladies here, first kind of want to start this off here. I'm going to introduce the ladies, but I wanted to say, first and foremost, thank you, ladies, for joining here in this podcast. We're going to have a good time. And for the audience, kind of give you a foundational piece here. I've known Chantel and Anna here for a while. Like I said, they're real estate agents. I'm a mortgage broker myself, and we've done some transactions together, and they've gone really well. I've got to know them professionally first, of course, and they've done really well. I've been impressed with them, their work ethic, their positive attitudes, and so that's a professional note. I've seen them get top dollar for their home sales, right? And it's a little plug, okay, but it's the truth. Like, if you guys didn't do a good job, we wouldn't, right, do a lot of business.
And vice versa.
Yeah, for sure, for
Sitting
sure.
here right now.
Right? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. But I've seen you get top dollar for the houses, like I'm like, wow. And then also getting your clients in the contract super quick. So I'm learning as I go with real estate in the sense of the real estate agents, from you guys, and it's really, really cool. And most importantly, though, like on a personal note, I know your families, right? I know where you came from, and I know where you're currently at. Yeah. And that's the most important thing. I do respect and admire and trust you guys and your families. Like, it's just a really cool foundational piece. And like, that's part of the reason why we wanted to kind of bring this nucleus together, and for the benefit of an audience, and bring some cool topics, and
hopefully they love it.
Yeah, for sure. So, without further ado, Chantel, I think we'll start with you here. What made you get into this crazy business? It's pretty.
It's
it can get pretty intense. Also, with that, like, one thing I know, Anna, San Diego State, Chantel, Sacramento State, right? Business administration.
Right here.
Me,
San Diego State.
San Diego State, you know what I'm saying? So, like, NorCal, SoCal connection, we met, right? But, Sacramento State, Chantel, a degree in business administration with an emphasis in entrepreneurship and a minor as well in communications. She has been part of a top producing real estate team here in Sacramento for a while. A few years back, went out on her own and has been Masters Club. So, Chantel, why did you get in this crazy business? How did you get in this crazy business?
Why? Well, it was actually introduced to me by a family friend. I have family in the business already, and when I went to Sac State, I had taken a real estate class, and I was pretty interested in it, intrigued by it, but I didn't jump into it right away. And then when it was introduced to me, I'm like, okay, well, I wasn't really happy with what I was doing before, so I thought it was a perfect opportunity for me to just jump right in, So
Yeah.
I did join a top producing team at the time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I was looking at their, like just it was just so much, but it was just very interesting at the same time. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to get licensed along the way while I'm there and learning and soaking everything in. So I was doing transactions for them, and once I got licensed, I was still on a team for a little bit, and then I realized, I want to do this by myself. Like I want to build my own, clientele and do things my own way. So I was really excited about that.
I have to ask you one question.
Yeah.
Go back. I think in finance class, right? You were in finance class
Real
in
estate
college.
finance,
In
yes.
college, and you had an epiphany. You had a moment where
Yeah.
you had a feeling about real estate,
Real estate,
right?
yeah.
What was it about that finance class that
It's
kinda
funny
touched you there?
it's funny because that class, a lot of it was learning about mortgages, and like a lot of it was, finance and just, so it wasn't that excited me. It was just the idea that, you could do so much with real estate, right? You can be an agent. I mean, there's so many things you can do. But once, it wasn't until after that I had that position as a transaction coordinator and doing some admin work that I realized that I wanted to actually be on the agent side and, showing face and having those relationships with people and helping them along the way with, crazy purchases and big investments. So I didn't know right away, like what I wanted to do, but learning through those small positions and roles is what made me realize, okay, I want to be an agent.
Yeah.
I want to be around people.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it's been great so far. I mean, I love it. But it's also, at the same time, I mean, it's a roller coaster ride. And I'm sure a lot of people know, like, you've got some high days and you've got some low days. And, you can be in a good mood in the morning and in a bad mood in the evening. Like, it's always
Or
changing.
in a bad mood within 15 minutes.
I know. It's like, whew. But I think that's what's fun about it. It's, every day is a different day. So, but I think the main thing is it's just rewarding to, knowing that you're helping someone along the way.
Yeah. And I know you have Anna right here. Like, I know you're accountability partner type, you know, and
we try.
I've had that when I first started, and it really, really helps. But I know for the audience, we talked about Chantel and Anna, but like on the real, they do pretty well. And Chantel, what has been like, say, your biggest challenge, coming up in real estate, and that you find that, how'd you overcome it?
Biggest challenge, I would say going on my own was a really big challenge, because I'm not originally from Sacramento. I'm from a, Central Valley, Merced, really small town. And so when I came here, I really
that's
had
small.
to...
How small is Merced? I'm from a town of 12,000. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
small then.
okay.
I did not know it was that small.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
King
well,
City. It's a small
My
town.
sister was born there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Yeah.
Small world.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Either we're probably related or
Hey,
something
maybe.
like that.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I'm around small towns. My dad lives in Livingston, and the population's
Okay,
pretty
yeah.
close to 12,000. It's
Yeah.
really small. Merced's a little bigger. I think it's like 80,000,
Yeah,
something like that. But still, much smaller than Sacramento, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
coming here, I had to, meet new people, and I didn't really know a lot of people. So, I was doing open houses like 3-4 times a week,
Yeah.
trying to just,
Hustling.
meet people, add people to my database. So, and those clients didn't necessarily translate, that took time. So that was a challenge, just, starting on my own. But,
And I know in college you had the sorority fraternity,
yes,
right?
yeah. So I was able to meet
Little
people
foundation.
that way. It was a fraternity, co-ed.
Yeah.
And I
And you held
met
some
a
positions.
met a lot of people there, and so my first semester, actually, I wasn't involved in any organizations, and I felt really lonely. I'm like, this is kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
I need to talk to people, like,
For
I need to be
sure,
around
yeah.
people. So the second semester is when I'm like, okay, I got to do something. So that's when
Okay.
I joined the fraternity, and it
You want to
was
give them a shout out? Hi.
DSP. And
Oh, shit. Oh, is that code? You guys got a sign, like a West Side sign or something? Or,
hey, we've got some stuff. I can't share it with you, though.
Oh, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Members only, okay?
That's right.
But no, yeah, that meeting those people definitely was one way that I was involving myself in some things around campus, and we did a lot of events and things like that. So
And I know, like personally, that's what I've seen. There are also some events you've had for clients, and that's one thing you've done that I've admired there, because I haven't done as much in mortgage my side, but even during the transactions, before the transactions, like you're friends with your clients there, but more importantly, afterwards, you're having little shindigs there at your office right downtown, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty fancy. And I see the clients that we worked with together, like, hey, I'm having fun, eating pizza, whatever, and that's pretty cool. But what got you going doing those events, or any event in particular stand out that was pretty cool?
Well, so for me, I think the relationships is a big thing. So that is one thing that I will say, that the clients that I work with, they do become friends truly. And, you want to maintain those relationships even after the transaction is over. So, doing fun things along the way and, is always appreciated by everyone. And then you just have fun. And then your clients are meeting your other clients. And then, you're just, so I think the funnest one, though, to answer your question, I would say, I don't know what that would be. We did pizza.
I was gonna say that one was
pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we gave like a heart-shaped pizza for Valentine's Day, a little
cool.
date night set up. You
Nice.
get popcorn, candy, and people love that. People love gifts.
Yeah.
I mean, I love gifts.
Yeah,
so.
of course.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And also, we have to bring up here, I know you enjoy golfing.
I enjoy golfing.
It's just, right? And I know that, because I'm bringing up things that they don't know I'm bringing up, right?
Yeah.
But I just want to catch them off guard a little bit. And,
Hey,
but just, but it's, I did see you had a birdie at Cherry Island. You did get a birdie. But I want to make sure, is it true? Is it really true? Because I think I saw it online a while back.
I don't know what this is. What is that? I don't play golf.
So, okay. So that was a big moment for me.
That is. A birdie in golf is a pretty big deal.
Yeah. So basically, it's a three par. So you have that's like the standard for how many shots it takes for you to actually make it in a hole. So and I made it on the second. Yeah. So 2 shots, got it in the hole. So that.
How long of a putt was that? How many feet?
Come on. The point is that I did it, okay? But I will say I'm still a beginner. Okay, I just got into it last year, around probably like in the springtime last year. So there's just, it's so technical. I underestimated it like big time. Like there's just so much to it. You're using like every part of your body. So while I do enjoy it, it still sucks when I go back after 3 weeks, a month, and I'm like, oh, I just lost everything that I learned, Sure. But yeah, I have fun with that. Even though it sucks sometimes, most of the time, it's still fun.
And one other question, we always, ask people of just how we were in high school. Hey, what were you like? This, that, right? The other.
She was an angel, I'm sure.
But I know
friends may not think so.
No, but I know one of the hobbies you had there in high school, right, with the color guard.
Color guard, yes.
Yeah, and then something happened in down south, right, in Southern California. You can give a little story about that. That's pretty cool.
So you know about my
heard about that.
parade
One of your fraternity members, when they told me all the inside scoop.
Oh,
I had to do some research. I had to dig. Investigative.
Yeah. Okay. So I was in color guard, and when I came here, it's not really a big thing here, which I was surprised. But I was really passionate about it. So I did it for all of middle school, all of high school. And we actually, our band and our color guard, we were really good. We were really competitive. We always won all the sweepstakes awards. So we were really proud,
For sure.
We were proud. And there's this competition that we that we participate in every spring parade season. And it's also where the schools get scouted for performing in the Tournament of Roses parade that happens every New Year in Pasadena. Well, they loved us, and they said, hey, we want your band and color guard to perform. Yeah. So we had an opportunity to perform one New Year's, so that was really fun. And we were on TV, and there was all of these stations just, recording you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm shaking, I'm going to drop my equipment. Yeah. But that was, it's a memorable, experience that I had, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big deal. That's
But,
cool.
I'm surprised that it's not even big over here. Like, the Sac State color
Mm-hmm.
guard, they're, like, not really competitive. I'm like, we were more competitive than
Wow.
this one. I was
Were they?
surprised. Did you think it's a bigger city?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, nerded out on that. Yeah. Well,
No, for sure. No, that's cool. That's good. That's good. And you go back to Merced a lot there, your family? and stuff?
Yeah. I've got family over there still. Dad lives
Yeah.
in Livingston. Mom's in
Yeah,
Merced.
Livingston.
My brother's everywhere. He's in Fresno right now.
Yeah.
But I still have a lot of family there
Yeah.
in the Central Valley.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, I guess going back to business, with Guide, how's Guide been working out for you?
Guide's been great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They do a lot of support for agents,
Mm-hmm.
with, marketing and all that stuff. So I do save some time when it comes to, doing things for my clients, but it's been great, and we have a really pretty office in Midtown, so it's really
beautiful.
nice to go
Mm-hmm.
out there and work, and you're around all the great restaurants over there in Ice Blocks. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of fun, and I have this chick here
Yeah,
with
and-
me.
yeah,
and,
you know what? And I'm gonna put
we,
Anna.
we go there together. So
You do.
We
You do.
we try. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, I met Chantel and Anna a while back, and of course, Anna knows Chantel better than I do. Of course, they're, good friends, best friends. Hey, Anna, what's something about Chantel? Like, what's a good question for her? What's something you want to know? You don't know about her that you want to know, and you want to put her on the spot in front of
Something
America
that I
here.
don't know about her that I want to know. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, something juicy, something good. No.
Is your sock drawer organized by color?
Wow. And this will tell a lot about how organized the person Chantel is.
okay. So it kind of is. Okay. It was more organized before. I'm letting loose a little bit, It's still kind of coordinated where, like, the darks are on one side and the lights are on one side. So, yes, it is organized.
Okay. All right. So overall, the
I
transit.
hate you, by the way. No one's supposed to know about that, okay?
You don't want to see my socks.
So we just say then the overall transition from being on the team to being a solo agent is where you want to be. Everything's going good with that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's nice to, being on a team is nice, but being solo is also nice because you have more control of your business and what you want to do. So in that sense, I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah. So where do you see yourself? Probably maybe 3 years, 5 years, 5-year plan type of thing, 10-year. What kind of path do you see yourself going down?
I still want to be selling real estate, definitely. It would be nice to have some support, grow the team a little bit where I can have support, and then, but at the same time, balance is important. So I don't want to be like always selling real estate. But I want to be in a good place. Obviously, making more money, like growing every year.
Yeah.
And being able to have more time to go out on vacation and do all the fun stuff that I like to do. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll be there with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the beach.
On the beach with the
Yeah.
cocktail.
Yeah.
And so do you just go to what? No, you go to tequila.
Hey, wait a minute.
You go to
Tequila?
tequila.
Wait a minute.
Oh, so
You
now
told
we're
me
getting
to-
the good stuff.
You told me to keep
Anna,
that
you
wine
shoulda-
subscription. I was going to cancel that wine subscription, okay? So, yes, it just depends on the mood, to answer your question.
Okay.
It really depends on the mood. Sometimes, I'm in the mood for wine.
Okay. Well, if you had whiskey, what kind of day did you have if you're drinking whiskey? What kind of day was that? That'd been
It's any day.
Honestly,
any day. Oh, okay.
yeah, it can be any day. My go-to, though, is tequila,
Tequila,
but
okay.
I love whiskey, too. So that's
Okay.
the thing. It just depends on the mood.
Like
I mean,
in a
sometimes
margarita?
I only started drinking tequila with you.
Yeah,
by the way.
that's true. That's true. I like palomas personally, the grapefruit.
okay.
I love
Paloma.
that.
Yeah, Palomas.
So I
That
guess
squirt,
that would be like my
tequila
go.
and squirt.
I would
Yeah.
that would be my go-to.
Nice.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
my go-to. And then I don't like vodka. That's the thing. When I smell vodka, I
Wow.
just think of like drinking right after high school and just heavily drinking and just like having those memories of just being hungover, and like when I smell it, I think of back then in those days, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want vodka, get it out of my face.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
But I will have it in mixed drinks because I love all mixed drinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about coffee? Do you have any kind of favorite kind of coffee or roast?
Again, it depends on the mood. I'm not like a dark roast type of person.
Okay.
I like medium roast.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, some days I'll have it black, some days I'll have it with a little love. It just really depends.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
depends. Yeah.
For the creamer, is that you go with the cold coffee made? You know, I know a lot of people have that coffee made, right, where it's the hazelnut or it's the regular.
Oh, I'm a caramel person.
Caramel?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I normally go for like cold drinks, like ice drinks. And I have to have the extra ice because you need to keep
Extra.
it cold, which people disagree with me on that because they think like, oh, that's just taking away
Less
space
coffee.
from the coffee.
Right.
But for me, it's like I need it ice cold. So yeah, ice cold, iced coffee.
Okay.
Ice cold, iced coffee.
Only way. I don't
Yeah.
like those at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like
Hot.
hot.
Even on a hot day.
Yeah, even on
Wow.
how do you do that?
I don't know.
I can only do it like as soon as I wake up, I can have like hot coffee. But once I get my day going and I leave the house and it gets hot, I'm like, oh no, give me something cold.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Chantel, thanks for sharing. I think as we have the episodes and seasons, hey, we're going to get to know you even more, and myself, Anna. But let's turn to Anna here.
Alrighty.
For a bit here. And so Anna and we discovered that we both went to San Diego State
Yes,
University,
we
and
did.
we were both business administration majors with
Yes.
emphasis in marketing.
Yes.
So it's kind of like we know where the great minds come from,
Yes.
right? Now we know we're the Aztecs.
You have like the same teachers and stuff too.
They've all been there a really long time. Who
Right.
knows?
Right?
Don't
Mhm.
ask me names.
Yeah. But Anna, yep, definitely business administration, emphasis in marketing degree, right? And Anna has been also on a top producing real estate masters club team here in Sacramento for a while. She did go out solo on her own and was recently nominated for top 35 realtors under 35 real estate agents here in Sacramento nomination, which is a pretty big deal. And it's pretty cool. But, you know, going back, of course, you know, we're lucky to have Anna here with us, and let's get to know her a little more here. And actually, that is the
That-
title of the show
That made me
here.
a little
Yeah,
nervous.
Hey, I like the dark look on you.
Oh, did I tell you? I dyed my hair
Yeah,
myself.
I'm used to seeing you with just brown how I met you. But it's cool to see this look on
Wow.
This is the original one.
you.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, it actually is
So
a little
should I
bit
get
too
used to
dark.
this look?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
A little bit lighter.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So, what do you want to know?
this same thing here, like the crazy business. So you got into mortgages, you got into real estate. You know, it's kind of what got you in here, what got you going.
So, what got me into this? I remember being a little girl, my mom selling her house, and I remember old school agent. I mean, thick suit, curly hair, old school agent. And it just wasn't I was little, but I just remember it not looking like it was a pleasant experience for her or my mom or my sister. I remember being at the dinner table, and it was, you know, the stack of papers, the contract, and there was no DocuSign back then. So I remember my sister bringing up the commission part because my mom actually found the buyer. And I mean, I don't remember exactly. Now that I'm in real estate, now I'm thinking back, I don't know what portion they were at in regards to selling the house, but commission came up and they were trying to negotiate it. And I remember the agent saying, absolutely not going to negotiate. And I was little thinking, what an ass. And I just remember my mom and my sister, and that was my first impression of real estate. After that, my mom bought homes in Texas, and that agent was really, really cool. I kind of wanted to be like her. She was fabulous. And then I just spent a good chunk of my life going to model homes, and I loved it.
Love model homes.
Yeah. Plus, real estate's sexy. I don't know. I think everyone wants to be in real estate. But yeah, that's really what planted the seed, and it's always been there. I tried to pursue it actually years ago. And it was so expensive. I took all the classes in Texas. It's a lot cheaper in California to go to real estate school. And it was not in Texas. But I just didn't pull the plug. I don't know. I got scared of,
Yeah.
you know, what it could be or what it could not be.
Yeah.
And I never took the state exam, but I did it in California.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, so to again get to the foundation here of Anna and then ourselves, right? We want to get the audience to know us. You are from Texas, right? Is it El Paso? El Paso?
Yeah. So I was born here in California, but I moved to Texas as a kid.
Okay.
And I mean, I grew up there.
There. Okay.
Yeah, definitely associate with the upbringing there.
So if the Cowboys play the 49ers, that's the end all be all. Like, who's gonna?
It's
who
gonna
do you
be
go for?
the Cowboys.
Oh, whoa, okay, it's a wrap. This is the podcast. Everything I said about
Everybody's
you earlier, I take it back. I take it back.
So I don't actually watch any football,
Okay, no.
but and my partner at home would probably kill me if I said the Dallas Cowboys because he absolutely hates them. But if you're making me pick Texas or a California team, it's going to be a Texas team.
Okay, all right. So Civil War, you're going with you're going to be on Texas too.
It's Texas.
Okay.
Don't mess with Texas.
In California, okay.
No, but I love California. I love
Oh, it's all good.
California.
Yeah.
But don't mess with Texas.
Yeah. And then your time there, where you moved in California here, right?
Yeah.
It was what, San Pablo, right? Was it?
And
Down
so
south.
you mean where I was born or where I moved back?
Yeah, where you moved back to.
Oh,
and then, right?
yeah. So the El Sobrante area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, San Pablo, where my family. I still have family there. I was
Cool.
actually born there. The hospital's
Yeah.
not there anymore.
Okay.
R.I.P.
And then
What's that?
she said R.I.P.
R.I.P. Okay,
and
yeah.
yeah. So the El Sobrante area is where we
Yeah,
ended up
it's
living.
nice
Yeah.
area. Yeah. Cool.
How long were
cool.
you there for?
Oh God, I'm horrible with numbers. A good chunk of years. And then came here. We bought a house here in
Yeah.
Sacramento.
You were doing real estate for a little bit over there, though, right?
Yeah. I was doing it in Walnut Creek.
Okay. Okay. And then anything, say, from San Diego State, from what you learned there, that applies, or somewhat applies. I mean, obviously, I know in the school system sometimes what we learn out there doesn't really apply.
Yeah.
But what have you found
That applied
that
from
applied, or in anything? Yeah.
structure.
Yeah.
I think me and Chantel have discussed this in the past. Obviously, what we do, it's a business, so you have to run it like a business. You have to analyze what's not working, weaknesses, and so definitely the business aspect to our business and anything, honestly, in life.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely can apply a lot. Probably could apply more.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. Yep.
We all could, right?
Yeah.
We all could.
Yeah. So also then bringing it kind of back to the family, like I do know your family and it's great. It's cool.
Yeah, they're
and
a
then,
cool little
right,
chunk of people.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's like your why behind everything you do, your motivation, but can you talk about like the accomplishments there? I know your daughter does, right? Accomplishments. Have done some pretty cool stuff, and I've seen firsthand. Like, whoa,
Yes,
that's
she is
really
so
cool.
She is so cool.
Can you talk about the balance too, the family and the work, but
Yeah.
also the accolades there? I know your family's done pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. So my oldest one, she just turned 14. 14. She's a big little lady.
Yeah.
She's a badass. Definitely nothing like I was at her age. I was timid. I wouldn't do anything. I don't know. Just we're polar opposites. She's in jiu-jitsu. She got a medal. She kicked some butt. She's really good. Like, she's truly really good. She goes and wrestles and what is it called? And does that jiu-jitsu stuff.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu and grappling,
Grappling,
wrestling.
there we
yeah,
go.
The
The
wrestling practice and jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
With her dad, and he
Yeah.
really does feel her strength. She does knock me down. She's tiny, she's skinny, and she's able to knock
She got
me
the
down.
technique.
That's
Well, you gotta
that's
step
what it
up.
is.
You gotta
the
step. You gotta
technique.
take some private lessons and
Yeah,
give
yeah.
her some competition.
And she does it to her 2-year-old sister as well.
Okay, yeah.
She puts the little one in a
She'll be a good big
chokehold.
sister, definitely. A good
Yeah,
big sister.
she's a great big sister. But I think what I'm just most impressed, she's so tenacious. That little girl at 10 years old was able to hike the Grand Canyon. And
Oh
she
my
kept
gosh. Wow,
up
at
with
10.
yeah, she kept up with my now fiance. She kept up with him, and I was in the back making friends with the 70-year-old
Oh,
crowd.
yeah.
Yeah. So she hiked the entire Grand Canyon at 10 years old with some huge blisters.
Wow.
She's very, very tenacious. She's doing good in school. She's been homeschooled for a while. Can't say enough about what a cool little kid she is.
Yeah. Any advice out there for the young mothers or mothers that are balancing career and family?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You said work-life balance. Gosh, work. It's hard.
Structure.
Yeah, I still definitely don't have it figured out. I was given some advice recently, not to look for the work-life balance, but to understand work-life peace. And I think I have a family that is very supportive. They understand. Sometimes, of course, it's like, all right, when are you going to stop?
Yeah.
When are you not going to take the phone call during the movies? When are you not going to do this? But definitely has to be some balance. But it's hard because you deal with situations where you're helping people buy a home or sell a home, and it's for a short period of time. So that should be the most important thing at that moment. So it's hard, especially, the 14-year-old, if she's trying to show me something on the phone or a picture and I'm dealing with something that I need to deal with right now, it's hard. Still don't have it figured out in regards to advice for young moms, because I was a young mom.
Well, you still are. Hey.
Yes, I'm forever a young mom.
You guys are younger than me, so if you're not young, that makes me really old.
I mean, we're all young.
We're
I
all
feel
young.
like, right?
Well, I am 29
I feel
for
very young
life.
at spirit, young at heart.
Yes. We're young. We're young.
I already said I'm 29 for life. I'm not
I'm very
going back.
immature. I know that. It's good. I'm good with that.
And that's why we get along.
Right.
But yeah, just moms. Let's see, young moms. Just keep going. Literally, just keep going. Set your kids up, and it just all works out. If the focus is the kids, and you just keep going, and you're motivated, it works out.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. Well,
Rockstar mama.
oh, for sure.
Try.
Yeah. I'll throw a little curveball here. If you were not doing real estate, what would you be doing?
I would love to be an astronomer.
Wow. I didn't
You didn't know that, Chantel?
I didn't know that.
I knew that. We're better friends than you.
But so that's the dream. Just looking at stars, not worried about
Wow.
making money. But if I'm thinking about making money, I'd want to be a dentist.
Okay. Wow. Do you have a favorite star or constellation?
Definitely not.
No? Okay.
I just know I like them.
All right. Okay. All right, everybody. We're going to take a little break here, and we will be back shortly. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for joining us. And we're going to continue our conversation here with Anna.
Getting to know Anna.
And let's get to know.
The reason everyone tuned in.
That's right. But one of the questions is, we know you had some past success prior to real estate, right? Some jobs that you had there kind of coming up. But
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit? Like anything you learned from those previous spots?
That I'm a people person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I actually used to be in car sales when I first got here to California.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a part-timer, but I was selling the same amount as a full-timer.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So they were lazy then.
They were.
Or maybe she was just
Or
that
she
great.
was just that great. Yeah.
I mean, look at, see, that's a confirmation bias
I
right
know,
there.
right?
Yeah.
She was
I didn't think much of it. I was just having fun talking to people, and I mean the numbers were there. So,
for
but
sure.
I just looked at it like awesome. I can go into work 3 days a week and go home and the rest of the time and not think about anything.
Yep.
And I was making the same amount of money as someone that was spending 40 plus hours there. So it was nice.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, I remember selling a car to somebody that told me, you should be in real estate. You should be a realtor.
Okay.
And she was in my head. And I was like, she's right.
And then you thought back to the conversation that you saw your parents your mom have with
Well,
AJ way back when, and
yeah.
you connected the dots.
Yeah, there we go. Meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, people person for sure. Love talking to people. So definitely that translates to this job now.
For sure. And I think you've had a couple mentors along the way
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Anything they taught you there? Mm-hmm.
So my first mentor, I can still call her for anything. She is actually a lawyer and is a real estate agent.
Yeah.
So her mentorship was very much, she'd always say, CYA, cover your ass. So anything, document. It was from that perspective, which is really good because, you look twice. You want to make sure things are done right. And because people, there's problems that come up for any reason and you don't want to be on the wrong side.
Right.
So yeah, she was my first mentor. Love her very much. She's from Walnut Creek. If anybody needs help, Deborah
Giving her a shout out.
Sacarados.
Yeah. And then also, I don't think I asked you this a while back, but like, how did you and Chantel meet? How did you guys connect?
So we met because I didn't know how to input a listing into the MLS. The MLS is what we use as real estate agents to market a house that it's on the market now. So, and I still don't know how to do it. So that was the day she was there to teach me and up here. And yeah, so that's how I met her. It was back at our previous office that we were at. And she was my teacher for that night.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they paid her though.
They didn't pay me. No. But it's okay because I met my friend.
That's right. Yeah.
So
it was paid forward.
yeah, it was.
Yep.
And we became close very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that we played softball. We did not softball. What did we play?
Kickball.
Kickball.
Adult kickball, which I'm no good at. None. I got hurt walking to my base.
Okay.
Not even after kicking the ball. It was, after you switch, after you get the other team out.
Yeah.
I was walking to my base and it was on grass and it was uneven. So my knee was messed up for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you couldn't play.
No, just walking.
Yeah, that's.
You were pretty good though.
I don't think so. No, I wasn't good. So, it's the social league, and that's like the least competitive sport that you could play. But it was fun. It was fun to just go out there.
It was fun. But it did prove that what I already knew. I'm not athletically gifted at all.
Yeah. Because I noticed also, I do see you guys online and you're together, and I noticed you're at a restaurant or a coffee shop, or have some fancy drink in front of you, some colorful. What's one of your favorite spots? Because I do see
oh my gosh
quite frequently and inhabit those places.
I think right now for me, and we haven't gone in a while, but I was so obsessed and in love with Smix. Wasn't that so cute? They have these cute,
It's so cute.
little, what are they called? Chong bongs? Champagne bongs?
Shambongs.
Oh, shambongs, yeah.
Yes.
I remember those, yeah.
They have those, and it's such a classy, cute little place. They have this little, I think it's a martini, the Blair Waldorf. And if you watched, what was the show with the Gossip Girl? If you watch that, you're gonna know why that's a good drink. But All right. Yeah, I think that's my favorite place. But I haven't gone, but it's a cute place.
All right.
In a while, actually.
Yeah.
And speaking of shows, I know that kind of with real estate, the TV shows that are on, right, on Bravo and things, right,
Yes.
selling, Orange
My
County
life,
or whatever.
my
but
life is just like Selling Sunset.
I was gonna say, what are the similarities you see or
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
differences?
Nothing at
It is
all.
nothing like-
no, nothing at all.
Okay.
Real estate in real life.
No.
But it's enjoyable to watch.
Yes.
It's it's a
The
reality
show.
show.
has a lot of drama, but if you are an agent that is that busy, there's no time for that drama, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. So I feel like, yeah, they should have one. They don't have one for mortgage. You know, about
I
selling
know.
mortgages.
I
Like,
know.
hey, where it's crazy. Well, why? That's like discrimination against mortgage
Hey,
professionals.
who knows? Maybe they do. You just don't know about them.
Right.
Sitting in
yeah.
front of the
Maybe
computer,
we should
those
do a
damn numbers.
Yeah,
I
that's right. Just
know.
crunching it. I mean,
I
yeah, it'd be
mean,
good.
you could probably like do a show together if you want. I mean, you got a lot of buddies
I
and
think so. A lot of
in
crazy
lending
people.
world,
and,
right?
Yeah, good stories.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
so I mean, I'm sure you can make it happen.
We should. Maybe that'll be episode 2. I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, maybe it will be.
Or
People-
maybe season
People
2.
love real estate. How many shows are there of real estate? HGTV. I mean, they have a whole
That's true.
network.
Well, they come to us for the cash out. They pull cash out of the property, right, and then they renovate the home. So
Yeah.
that's where we're behind the scenes. We're
Yeah.
like the numbers people.
You have
behind
to become the
scenes.
main
They-
attraction.
You guys are the glitz and the glamour, and then we're like, the tech.
Yeah.
Tech, right? So,
We don't work without you guys.
right. Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of that, why don't you talk to us about your world in lending? I mean, you've been doing this for a really, really long time, over 15 years, right?
50?
You wanna correct me?
Yeah, 15.
No,
yeah,
15,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
So why
Yeah.
don't you share, your experience with how you got into it? Just tell us about it. I know you had buddies, right, that were in it first, or you
Right.
had someone that was in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess, is it my turn?
It's
My
your
your turn. We're
now.
putting you
It's
on,
your
yeah.
Is this
turn.
gonna be a roast, or is this gonna be like?
I mean,
what do
you'll
you-
find out.
Who
You'll
knows?
find out.
Who knows?
Okay. Yeah. Well, Anna and we were on that podcast there, right, a couple months ago, and kind of the same question kind of came up there, and it was on the spot. We didn't know what they were going to ask us, and we just give them the truth. But it's funny story there. But I remember even going back to San Diego State. I was living with a girlfriend there at the time, and I just remember like my heart was like, okay, I'm graduating here, and I'm like, I need to start making money. I need to start supporting family or supporting us. Like, it's a big deal. Before that, it was all like, I go to the gym.
Yeah.
I go to class. And
What
I was
a
taking
life.
wakeboard. I was taking wakeboarding.
God,
you
what a
know?
life.
Yeah, what a life.
And it was, but then like reality sits in, like, whoa, like you now need to get a real job,
You have to do something.
and where it's all going to be on you. And I'm like, wow. But that hit me for, 6 months, a year. I was thinking about 6 months. I was thinking like, wow. And then, I saw, it was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, 2004, and just, right, you're talking to your buddies there at the local get-together bar, the watering trough, right there, and like, hey, everyone's coming back, right, trying to look all cool, right,
Yeah.
hey, what are you doing now? And it was there, having a drink there, Crown Royal, right, my buddy Armando, he's ordering a shot of Crown, right, and then he's like, he tells the bartender, hey, bring the bottle, and I was like taken back. I really was. I was like, wow, the bottle, I've never seen that. I know it's like the same thing, right? But then we started talking, like, dude, I can, that's a lot, whatever. And of course, we're just talking. He's like, dude, you should just come up here to Sacramento, start doing mortgages. And his brother Javi was doing mortgages, and we're all good friends. And like, I'm like, yeah, dude, like, right, birds of a feather. Like, you got some skill sets, we got skill sets. Like, I see, let's do it. Like, you can do it, let's do it. I can do it. Let's go. And I came up here and started doing mortgages ever since, right, 2005, and at direct lenders, B of A, Wells, Broker World, and it was all great. And then, this past year and a half, going on my own as a broker owner, have my own company where it's all A to Z. I do everything myself. And just learning that whole, evolution, maturation of owning, right from the licenses to the corporation to the corporate license, the personal license,
Yeah.
the NMLS for both corporate and personal, the DRE. I mean,
So how long have you been solo or own your own company?
for about a year.
A year.
Mm-hmm.
So, with all of your experience, what made you decide that you wanted to go the owner broker route and do everything on your own and build your business that way? What made you, after so many years in the corporate side?
Yeah, that's a good question. I was at Wells Fargo like 6 years, and I was a sales manager there. And I remember just, I hired a few people, buddies and girlfriends, like, hey, let's do this. And it was a dream of mine to have my own team. And I thought it would be like my team of, I played baseball in college. I thought it would be a team like that. We're all on the same page. We're all grinding and, doing it and creating that energy and synergy in the branch. And it was cool, like with the sales aspect with everyone, but it was more corporate. Like, I remember having to bring in a one of my employees there, and I'm like, or like my employees, my teammates, we're equals, you know. And I was like, gonna maybe have to like fire her because I had HR on speakerphone with her, and HR is telling me what to tell her, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, this is nauseating. I'm like, I'm not here for this, and just getting those loans through the purchases, you know, that's where we needed to be at. And if I can't smoke those through, like what I was talking about, and why I'm doing the broker thing, that was not like that whole management thing in corporate. I don't, and firing people or that's not like.
Plus, you're your own boss.
Yeah, for now, it needs to be done in a most professional way, fast as possible, best rates, best service, best everything, like Nordstrom, Rodeo Drive. That's my mindset. If I can't do that, what am I doing? Go somewhere else. Go do something where you can be great at. And that's why I went out on my own because, as you guys know, like it's smoking, right? Docs in 3 days. Docs in 7 days. It's like people brag about docs in 12 days, which is worth bragging about. But like if you can do it 3 days, 7 days, that's nails. And that's like, it's just cool to know that you can do that. And have that ownership and pride.
That should be your slogan on your website.
Well, no, because if it don't happen, that's not every time. That's right. That's right.
75% of the time, docs in 7 days.
yeah, for sure. But that's the question right there, you know, just having the ownership and the pride of knowing, like, if it was up to you to be the best that you could, that's why you're a guide, right? Because guide gives you the best technology. You get the highest sales price and get your buyers in as fast as possible, find the homes. Because that's one thing I know about you girls, you get your buyers in contract. I've seen realtors refer them business buyers because they couldn't get them in contract. And I've seen that. And I'm like, wow. And you guys got them in contract, right? Super quick. And I was like, dang. So you want to be the best that you can be. If you can't, if you don't believe, if you drive, if you sell Ford, you should drive Ford, right? If you believe whatever you sell, whatever you represent, you need to be the best that you can be. So you're not really selling. You're just, you know, you're consulting and giving your best.
So you came from a town of 12,000. How does it feel being here?
Yeah.
Compared to that, like, do you miss that at all?
Yeah, for sure. I think growing up in a town of 12,000 I was fortunate to have that experience of going from preschool on to high school with the same people, having that fellowship, that camaraderie with everyone from sports, you know, and the same classes.
Do any of them live here near you?
Yeah. There's a few for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. And then going back, it's homey, it's comfortable. You know, you see everybody. It's like it's like they say, it's a really good feeling. My family's back there, and I know it's like I could retire out there. You know, Oak Shores. There's a resort out there off the lake.
Oh, so you already have it planned out.
I do by default. Yeah. If things don't happen, A or B, my default definitely is just going to the water. I'll just be. You can just find me. I'm driving my golf cart in retirement, just around the community. I'll drive the golf cart. Like that's like.
What are you gonna do with your boat?
Well, I have the truck for the boat. Like back it in. I mean, I hope the boat's at my dock. The boat's gonna be at the dock, so I walk down. I'm cool with that. But you drive around the whole gated community, and you just have a golf cart.
Why haven't we been on the boat yet?
We're going out. Hey, if this podcast goes good, hey, tomorrow we're going out. Memorial.
That's one thing I want. I want a boat. I want a boat so bad.
Dude.
But my friend has a boat, and I just don't envy putting the boat in the water. That's a problem, and getting it attached to the truck, whatever.
Sure.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah, it's all good. We got it down. You know?
But
I do tell the ladies, like, hey, you know, a real lady, a real woman, you want to impress the guys, learn how to back a boat down the launch ramp and how to pull one out, whatever, right? That's what guys will give you respect at the launch ramp. They'll be like, for real.
I've gone to the launch ramp twice with her. We go there and she's pretty good.
Awesome.
But then eventually, you know, people come and help.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Eventually, help comes.
Eventually.
Yeah. Well, I went out to, I've gone to the lakes a lot, you know, but like sometimes, one time in particular, I went out there and we were getting ready to go in the water. It's too long of a line. It was craziness going on. And it was like this time last year. And we just ended up pulling out the cooler, sitting and watching for like 8 hours, watch the launch ramp, just sitting there and watching the launch ramp.
People watching is the best.
People watching, watching all the madness. Like, what are you doing? Back up. You're just,
there's some messed up stuff.
Crazy stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Insane.
We'll have to show you some videos. There's some videos of, oh my gosh, trucks going into the water.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How long have you had your boat?
Yeah, like 2 years. 2 years now. Right before COVID. And I was like, oh, yeah, right before in the summer, before COVID. And yeah, but we got to go out there. We definitely got to go and get the families out, there. And that's one thing I got it just for the my friends' kids, get them out there wakeboarding, surfing, tubing, and we get that out of the way. We get there, boom, and then we just go anchor down in the cove.
Yeah, I love it. We'll schedule it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you have other hobbies too, right? You've got. Yeah. I saw you were doing hunting for a while there,
hunting.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you're still doing?
Not at this very second. I'm not. But yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. Yeah. Where?
Well, I grew up hunting on a ranch there down around King City for sure. That's how I grew up. But yeah, a few years back, I did take about a year off, and I went elk hunting in Colorado for I guided there for about like 3 months, archery and rifle. And the previous 2 years prior to that, I went out there and I hunted there with my dad for bull elk. And like, I'm a big fanatic of going out there and getting the biggest trophy bull elk, trophy buck, deer, right? Yeah. The hunters know what I'm talking about. And I'll hold out. I'll wait, and I will just hold out, and I will get nothing until I get that big bull. Until I get that, and that's the and just how I kind of am, right? Mm-hmm. But the 2 years prior to guiding there and taking time off of work to go do it, I went out there and with my dad, and my dad got a bull elk on day 3. It was a 5-day hunt, and my dad got a bull on day 3, and then on day 5, and I was telling everybody like, nah, I don't want to shoot a small bull. I don't want to shoot a cow elk, because you can shoot the cows too over there, It's but I waited for the big bull. I'm like, there's no big bull over here in like southwest Colorado, and it was like the final evening, 6:37 p.m. I was sitting there and like, dang, I'm getting shut out. I'm not getting an animal.
You're not getting that 7-day
I'm not getting it.
dog.
No. Mm-hmm. And it's a spiritual moments out there. It's an emotional thing out there. You're hunting, you're sweating, you're hiking, you're giving it all you can do. And it was like 6:37. I remember I was tossing a little rock, and it was like, boom. I'm like, oh, I'm happy though. I'm happy by hunting my butt off here for 5 days. And all of a sudden, it's like, bull. This bull comes out, big 7-point Boone and Crockett, 355-point Boone and Crockett bull comes out. The biggest that 19 years out of that outfitter that we were at, 19 years, it was the biggest bull they've ever seen, right? And ended up taking the animal, getting it, putting 3 good shots right in the heart, liver, lung area. I know it's kind of, crazy talk. Like, I'm not trying to offend anyone with the hunting or whatever, but real good shots. But it was more like, what I'm saying is, it was a spiritual moment of like, wow, the mountain yielded to me. It gave me what I was there for. And it happened when I was 12 is also like, we saw a big buck and I manifested it in my head. I wanted it so bad. Yeah. And it happened. I swear to you, it's a big forked horn I got, 20 inches wide. And, but the why I bring it up is like, hunting is a spiritual journey. Hunting is more about life. It's a symbol of your preparation. That's what I love about hunting. I'll go hunt my whole 5 days, 10 days, and get nothing, and I'm still happy. Mm-hmm. If you get an animal, the animal just kind of represents and symbolizes all your hard work and effort. And but I prayed on it. I wanted that big bull so bad, and I wanted that big buck when I was 12 so bad, and I got it.
Wow.
It gave it to me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's the hunting. That's what I love about the hunting. That's why it's a hobby. And I don't do it as much, just because the working and grinding. And but when I do, it'll be more like big game. Mm-hmm. Elk hunting is the big game of North America. It's the big game, the biggest animal everyone wants. And
I'm gonna go look it up after this.
That's pretty awesome that you have. You keep yourself busy with all these hobbies, but I know obviously balance is always something that we struggle with. Yeah. Being in our field, how are you balancing that with your life and work? How are you doing that? I mean, I know you work all the time, so how are you finding time for fun?
And your dog.
And your dog.
Yeah. Curly Bill. I got a French bulldog there at home. Yeah, it's just prioritizing, and having everything in a row, making sure you're setting yourself up. Like, if you want time off, preparing for it. Like, hey, having your desk, covered in such a way, or we got deals going on. I'm like, hey, I'm taking the boat out. I'm going to be in a cove. I got no cell reception. Chantel, Anna,
Unacceptable.
I'll tell you beforehand. I'll tell my realtors beforehand. I'm going to be out of service. Okay, sorry. You can't. I'm in the cove. It's getting crazy. I've been pre-planned it like that. Or I mean, they say every 10 years you should take a year off. When you take time off, you take time off. When you go to Cancun, when you go out of the country, whatever, you go to your places. Me personally, I'm a grinder. I work, but then when I'm off, I'm off. Like I can't do something like half-ass. Like I'm not going to go to Cancun. I'll type my laptop, and they'll be like working without in my cockpit where I got all my ammunition behind me. I'm either going to have 110% guns blazing, or I'm having fun with my friends and on vacation or a daycation or a weekend getaway.
Yeah.
Go do it because you want to be in the moment in whatever you're doing. Mm-hmm. So just balancing and not feeling guilty. In my 20s and early 30s, if I took time off, it really wasn't time off. My brain wasn't stopping.
Yeah.
And it was like, so giving yourself the time off mentally when you are taking time off. That's how the balance and recharge and balance.
Yeah, that's definitely hard for a lot of people.
Yeah, even like meditation, right? You can do different things like that. Meditation, transcendental meditation. Not that I've tried it and done it and it works, but like you doing those different things, that is your release. Like me on the boat, that's my release. Being under the sun for 8 hours, like bam, that gets me rejuvenated. And it's like, it's like the cheat day, the cheat meal, right?
Yeah.
You go out and you give yourself that, and then it gets you grinding that much
Back
more
and ready to
focused.
work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
That's awesome.
What do you manifest for this podcast?
This podcast? Content. I mean, really content for the audience.
Yeah.
We worked on these things. The audience, we worked on this for the past month. We worked on a lot of things here. It's a big day for us. We can't tell you everything right now, exactly what we're doing, but it's, and manifesting really just content value, adding value to people,
So
their
why
lives.
are you doing this podcast?
What's that?
Why are you doing this podcast?
Why? Right. For our audience, to connect any kind of gaps there are between them and their busy day-to-day lives. Right. And we can do some research, right? We can do some heavy lifting for them and give them the nuggets of knowledge and information that they can take away going forward. And all they got to do is tune in and plug in and listen or watch and awareness, just creating a conversation about topics in a fun way. And it's not like taboo to open up topics on things that are out there for people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And just bringing our perspective and just our research's perspective and asking for their perspective, and getting them to email us, getting their feedback and just getting an open forum, and a platform for them, and hopefully adding value. To answer your question, it's value for them.
Okay.
We hope to bring that too. We hope to bring that, and like you said, in a fun way, and always keep it interesting, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
I'm most excited about the guests that we're gonna have. I think there's always, wherever you live, you really don't know anyone to a certain level in your community. It's only the people that you see on the news or in your small circle. And I think with this, we'll have the opportunity to bring on a whole bunch of different people from our neighborhoods, from the area, and we'll be able to get to know them. So that's going to be fun.
Yep, definitely. And that's a good segue into basically our second half of our episode here is going to be about the podcast, about what we're doing, why we're doing it, what are the benefits to why you should listen, the audience should listen. Our mission statement, so I think it's time here. I'm going to read this mission statement here, okay? If
Go for it.
Ready. Are we ready? Are we ready for this?
Ready.
Okay.
Do we have time for that mission statement? Should we go on a break?
You know what? The ladies are always right. Here, actually, we are going to take a break, and we'll be back here in a second, and stay tuned.
And we're back.
We're back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
This is a long one.
Yes,
this
it
is a long
is.
one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'll be the only one that's this long, maybe. I don't know, unless somebody wants to hear us for this long in the
Time,
future.
right?
But what's our podcast? Let's tell them what our podcast is going to be about.
Let's do it. So, again, kind of continuing where we kind of left off there, the podcast for myself and the girls here, we are looking to bring on guests, which we have coming, We have topics we want to cover, and we might even have some cocktails, some coffee here, different types. It's one of those things. On certain topics, right? When the topics get kind of crazy, it calls for that, tequila or that shot of whiskey, whatever. I mean, we're gonna kind of infuse this with that, but we just want to have fun with it. And but what about you, ladies? What do you think? What's the podcast going to be about here?
I mean, the biggest thing is just kind of how Anna had mentioned. We want to highlight, people in our community that are doing some pretty amazing things, and along with that, we want to provide value in talking about things that people are struggling every day. Not always deep things. It could be fun things, but just topics that we want to kind of like dig deep in, and have different perspectives on. So, and of course, do it in a fun way, like you said. We might have coffee one morning or a cocktail, but we just want to keep things interesting and hopefully, learn a lot about different perspectives and be able to share that with everyone. And we hope that you guys, want to tune in. And some days it'll be guests, some days it'll just be us having fun. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hopefully they come back wanting more.
Yeah, if they're not always this long, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, who knows? Maybe they want to listen to us for just kidding.
Maybe. Yeah.
So, Anne, what about you? What can the audience expect from you this season?
What will they expect from me? Oh gosh, that's a good one. I guess I hope asking the right questions that they want to know from these guests. I think it's a great opportunity for the community to know other members in the community other than the ones that are automatically provided, So I hope I ask the right questions and bring the right energy and don't put them to sleep.
Yeah.
And you? Well, you guys already said it, right?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Overall, I'll say, hey, I'm 41. I know the ladies are a lot younger.
I'm 29 for
29.
life.
I don't know if you want to say it. I don't know if you want to say
29 for life.
29 for life.
Let's not talk about the age.
Okay. And we've had our trials and tribulations through life. We have, Anna have children, work-life balance, a good man at home, it's good. You have a lot to pull from, Chantel, yourself, and your home life. It's like a lot of cool things to pull from to like share with people, things. Life is different for everybody. We all have our tribulations, right, and things to overcome, and it's how we face them, right? And nothing's perfect, and your attitude is what you can control, your drive to persevere through and anything and everything. And so we all have our different stories to share and to pull from. And that is our main reason kind of like for this podcast. Hopefully we can bring that to you. And again, like I mentioned earlier, just kind of help doing the research, finding guests that are, business owners in the community, have a good story, have any kind of story behind what they, what they accomplished, what they overcame. Even you, the audience, like we challenge you, you can email us at sacramentospotlight@gmail.com, right? Mm-hmm. And we challenge you to like, let us know what you want to hear. What do you want to see? We basically want to give you what you want to hear and kind of learn about, basing from our own experience here. We're going to kind of give you what we think is going to be like a unique perspective and a way to kind of fill the gap, a knowledge gap that there could be out there where you don't have time, with your busy day-to-day lives, you don't have time to be doing all that. But us over here, we are, we're immersed in the community and in our, families and lives, and we can do that heavy lifting for you and bring some content, and that's our main focus. But we want your feedback. This is a on the fly thing. We're going to evolve and mature as we progress, right? This is episode 1, season 1. So we want your help. We want your feedback. We want you on here, actually. Yeah. So email us and, give us a shout. So that's really the main gist of it. Anything else you ladies would want to add?
I mean, honestly, you said it better than me. So that was great. That's in a nutshell what we want to do, and we just want to provide value in a fun way, and you know, like you said, bring light to all of these different experiences and things that are happening. And so, yeah, I mean, we're excited.
Cool.
We're excited.
Round
We
of
hope you guys
applause.
will be too. So, yeah.
All right. All right.
Alrighty, guys.
Sounds good. Well, this is Sacramento Spotlight signing off here, episode 1, season
Signing
1.
off.
So thank you very much for joining us. We do want to thank you. We actually really do appreciate you guys watching, listening, YouTube, Spotify, Apple. But again, we want your feedback, and we appreciate you giving us your time, because that's the highest commodity, the most valuable, commodity we all have. So thank you very much for tuning in. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.